the 29th of September 2020. We're almost into October. Let's take a look at some storms. The heat signatures from the last 6 hours from the GSO-17 satellite indicate the fires burning in Northern California and to the north of San Francisco. A couple of spots down further to the south. The Rainbow Lake webcam caught this view of the Zog fire, and actually I'm going to check the latest loop. Wow, this is something else. We've actually got the fire moving in through the trees right next to the webcam as we speak. Look at that. Oh my god. Look at the forecast for the week ahead. I'm sorry to say it is not good news, because this is rainfall in the colors and the rest is no rain. As you can see, the whole of the western United States is largely dry into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and through the weekend. Essentially, there's very little sign of any rain for the rest of the week and through the weekend and into next week. Looking back at the last 3 days, this is the 26th of September, and this is the 27th, and this is the 28th. You can see the winds picking up out of the east, throwing the smoke offshore and moving the fires towards the west. If you want to know more about how to see these fire signatures and bring it to the Google Earth and stuff like that, see some other videos on this channel. Over in the West Pacific, we've got a typhoon, Kujira, and it's off to the east of Japan, quite a ways off. It is a weak typhoon that is heading off and going this way and is not going to affect anyone unless there are some boats out here. It's also going to weaken quickly. So a short-lived typhoon. Bye-bye Kujira. Looking ahead for the West Pacific, and these are the surface winds, and there is another little disturbance up here that the JTWC are watching. However, doesn't look like it develops particularly well. No. And apart from that, I don't really see too much else going on. It's pretty quiet. I am up here and we're looking for early season snowfall up in the Hokkaido mountains. There's actually an interesting looking low pressure system moving through on next week into Monday. That's actually quite strong winds. 41 tropical storm force in the Sea of Japan coming through. So that is something I'm going to be watching very carefully. Apparently it has been the wettest September on record in Darwin. I have to get confirmation. If you know anything about this, please leave a comment. Meanwhile, in the Bight, we've got a low pressure coming in to bring unsettled weather for Tasmania and Victoria over here. But I think I'm interested also in a storm system that moved down and has brought cold weather and snow to low levels into the South Island and a bit into the hills of the North Island. Let's have a look and see if we can see a nice view of the Southern Alps covered in snow. Here are a couple of views from the 29th of September, and we've got the NOAA 20 Burrows and the Terra Modis polar orbiting satellite. You have to distinguish between the clouds, which is all this junk, and the snow, which you can see cutting into the valleys, as it snows on the mountains and then not in the valleys. It's pretty extensive on this day, but let's see if we can get a more detailed view with the Sentinel-2. Well, I wasn't expecting too much, but hey, look at this. We've actually got a good, decent pass on the 28th of September showing the snowy mountains. But this is all overexposed. Let's correct it. There we go. That's a little better. We've got Lake Wanaka here. Wanaka is down... Wanaka, the home of the famous Wanaka tree. Oh boy, I've got some time lapses from here. But anyway... Mount Aspiring is up here. Let's see if we can see Mount Cook. Here we go. We've got Lake Pukaki here, and this place is seriously good for views of Mount Cook. the highest mountain in New Zealand. In fact, I'm going to throw in a time lapse here. Why not? There we go. And let's take a look up. You can see the snow has come down to Mount Cook Village. Mount Cook itself is up here, and actually, you know, this is really pretty clear. Look at the lack of clouds, or just a few clouds, so got pretty lucky here. Surprisingly, the lakes are not frozen up here. I would have thought maybe the cold weather frozen them, but they are not frozen. I'm actually gonna, this is Mount Cook here. I think that's Mount Cook, and then Mount Sefton over here. And these are the lakes where you can go to see the icebergs. I'm gonna actually download this image and then take a quick look in Google Earth in 3D. Actually, yeah, okay. You know what? EO Browser has a 3D feature that they've added, and I was gonna look at it in a future video, but let's have a look at it now. Here's the 3D viewer of Mount Cook. So you go to the little square thing over on the right, and if you hold the right mouse button, you can scroll down and get the view in 3D. Not too shabby. It's pretty similar to what you would get if you brought in one into Google Earth. And it's in a small little box as well. But that is pretty nice addition they've put into EO Browser. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. See you in the next one.